Mr. Leland Trask of Little Leather has kindly agreed to take all the damaged hides off our heads and pay shipping in the bargain. He wonders if we can get him to him in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, I can ship what's left of the whole damn factory.
Now, Sam, optimism. God's telling us something, that's all.
Why didn't he tell us something before the fire? Charlie, that's your load.
Sam! With all the clearing up you've been doing, you haven't stopped. I'm grateful.
I'll take George and pack up the rest of them.
Brought us down to size, wouldn't you say?
You too? It's not that bad.
Oh? I could have sworn there used to be a flourishing factory over here.
Oh, we can do it less, live on less, it won't kill us. We were getting soft. The tannery will take care of the tannery people.
And the factory people will move on.
Yes, terrible thing.
Oh, it's not so terrible, James. We weren't all born alike, you know. You burn down our tree, we'll jump to another tree.
I don't live in trees. I live on the ground.
I was talking about the others.
Well, they'll just have to stop jumping from tree to tree, just the way you did.
Yes, James. Just the way I did.
Tragic accident. Young woman asphyxiated in Tamarack fire. On the evening of October 5th, 1905, fire suddenly broke out in the two-story boot and shoe factory of John Trevelyan, Esquire. Firemen arrived just in time to rescue workers from the fiercely burning upper story. An adjoining tannery owned by Mr. James Sturgis was slightly damaged. However, a fresh breeze carried flying embers to Trunk Road and set fire to a number of houses. A young woman, Madeline Mary Brogan, lost her life in the conflagration. Property loss is estimated at $20,000.
We didn't know how to tell you we were leaving after you being the one who brought us out here in the first place.
Now, never you mind
set
about
us
that.
up.
Hey, could you just close your mouth for a second, please? All right. Well, now, what's his friend's name?
Brian Nosey.
A mister? A man?
Not a real man. Brian Nosey's me uncle's friend. He's a wonderful tailor in person, deals a lot with garments.
As long as it's not your own. What I really want you to remember is this. It is so very important to find your own place, your own roof. Edgar helped me realize that.
You're very fortunate.
And very happy, aren't you?
Yes, I am, girls. But you will be too. You're not so very different, you know that. Sometimes I look out that window in the middle of the day and I see you all racing across the field and I could swear it was me.
But we're so afraid.
Shush you. Don't listen to her, Sheila.
Now, I was afraid most of the time. But I don't feel that way anymore, and neither will you. I know. Oh, I know you've got to go. There is nothing here for you now, I know. Now, be careful. Remember Maddie. Don't live according to her. As much as she meant to you and as much as you meant to her, you watch out, Watch out.
You don't have to worry.
No, I won't. Just... Bye. You promise. You write me and let me know how you're getting on.
Goodbye.
I was getting a bit of wood. Here.
Isn't this too expensive?
Oh, this is nice. What?
Yes.
What is it? What?
The camera. That's all we've talked about. That's all we want. And Mother asked us to choose what we wanted for Christmas. I know.
I wanted it too. But we can't afford it.
All right, you three out of here. I need the kitchen. Come on. Out you go.
All right, Deborah.
Thank you.
Oh, he's put his cut. Look out. There he is. Here he is. Wait for him.
Edgar, can you get that?
It's for you.
Oh, is it now? What do you think it says, Harry?
How should I know?
You want to know, though, don't you?
You think I'm stupid, don't you? Yes, you do, Edgar. Just because I do the same thing day after day. Well, it's not so. Don't you think I can see that the more people leave, the slower it's going to be for Halt's transportation? I know I'm slow with the rig, but I'm not slow up here.
I know that.
Do you hear me, Edgar? I'm not slow up here.
Silly man. Yes. When Charlie came home with his medals, they gathered from all round the town, and his lady love Nell started ringing a bell till her glass eye popped out on the ground. Oh, Charlie was eager to see
How
her.
many more songs do you know?
Pardon?
How many more songs do you know? I have heard Guns All Over, Bailey Boys, and Charlie from Company
Yeah.
Charlie. How many more do you know?
Oh, that's about all for now, I suppose.
Oh. In that case, give me the letter, please.
What? The letter? My letter?
All right, then read the awful thing.
All right, I will. Oh, but now now, you've no doubt noticed that I seem to be around the house a lot lately, under your feet. And you've also noticed that we've lost a lot of families since the fire, and half my militia went with them, and I'm without a job. You've noticed that, too.
You're all right, though. You're permanent force. You said to me
Yes,
that you...
I know, and I've also created a permanent hole in the parade ground out there from turning in circles, shouting orders to no one. What sense is that?
It's a good thing we got the Mafeking.
Mafeking.
Things will pick up.
No, they will not. Tamarack has shrunk back to its old size again now. There's no future in the Mafeking, Sheila.
They would come from all over the world, you said.
Yes, I did say that. I also said I'd see the world by the time I was married. I said that, too.
And you didn't, did you?
No, I saw fair slice of it.
Not enough, though.
Yes, I saw enough.
No,
I'm
you
satisfied.
didn't. No, you're not.
I can't seem to say anything right today, can I?
Would you please tell me about the letter?
Tomorrow. You're tired.
Edgar, I want to know.
I don't think you do. All right. It's from Colonel Wilcox. And he knows about our situation here.
How did he know?
The newspapers, for one.
Oh, yes.
And I wrote him for another. He seems to have come up with what I think is a perfectly good answer for us. Now I'm not so sure. Anyway, here it is. I've been offered a transfer to the Royal Military College at Kingston to train recruits. And that's it.
Oh, please, no.
I was thinking...
So am I. How can we ever raise a family if all I can expect is to be on the go for the rest of our days?
On the go for the rest of our days? This is Kingston, 150 miles down the road.
Edgar, please, it's not Kingston I'm concerned about. It's what comes after now. You yourself said I could see through walls. Do you think it isn't perfectly obvious to me right now that you're getting fiddle-footed again?
You want our children brought up in a ghost town?
Oh, come, listen to you. Your mother doesn't talk that way, and neither does James.
James and I are not alike. We never were.
But that's easy to see. This is our home. This is my first real place. I have dreamed and dreamed about it. Nothing was important before I came back here. Nothing mattered. But this does. I am part of it. I need it. I'm probably more part of it, actually, than a lot of people who were born here. Because that's what it is to me. This is the proper birthplace I never had. Now you come. I just.
No. It's all right. We won't go. We won't go.
Uh-huh.
Got it. Good man. Just in time to prevent a killing.
No, I won't, thanks. Morning, Sheila.
Good morning, James.
Oh, good morning. I could use one of those. There's nothing in it.
Smart man.
Why not?
I've run out, and I haven't got any on order.
Why not?
Who'd drink it?
Oh, never fear, it'll pick up.
Yes, James. Here, I'll split this with you.
No, there's something more urgent. See this?
That's a letter.
Guess who it's from.
King Edward.
No, you damn fool, but it might as well be. Timothy Eaton is who it's from.
Indeed? I wish we could drink to it.
Tim? Yes, he wants to see me in Toronto. You know what I think it is? You know? I think I'll wager everything I've got that he's got some of those damaged hides from the fire.
You think so? You going to see him?
Well, yes. Timothy Eaton.
Do you want me to go with you? As your paid protector, you might say?
That'd be good of you, yes.
Oh, he'll be no match for you, James. I'll throw him off course. I'll ask him about his catalog.
What about it?
I'm curious as to why the paper has to be that slippery. Useless for Outback.
You sure you want to come?
Yes. I have a bit of unpleasant army business to attend to.
There you are, Miss Cochran. Ah. Supplies were not reliable, gentlemen. Well, this won't do, I said.
No, certainly not. Hey, Edgar?
Certainly not.
I'll supply myself, I said. So now my factories have eased the problem of the unreliable suppliers considerably.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Well, you trust it more when it comes from your own backyard.
Oh, I know that feeling. Hey, Edgar?
Hey?
Here's what I wanted to see you about. I know about the fire at your place, of course. It's always crippling, that.
Thank you, but we did have some insurance, of course.
You've had a very successful operation there over the years. I've watched it.
Oh, really?
I have land alongside my boot place here in Toronto. It's next to the Humber River. I'd like a tannery there to pull the whole thing together as one. Would you be willing to relocate, you know, your equipment, your top people?
Good Lord. You certainly called me with that one. Hey, Edgar, what a thought. I thank you for it. I do indeed.
It appeals to you, then.
It's generous. It's a very generous offer. But now, I was just wondering, it seems to me it would be much less time-consuming if we were simply to stay where we are. I mean, we're fully operational, and with your assured market, we could start supplying you in less than half the time it would take to start fresh in Toronto.
Oh, but it's not the same thing. If you were to remain in Tamarack and ship the hides to us, think of the steady transportation costs. Plus, unless I'm mistaken, your tannery is wood. Mine is brick, or at least it will be. And may I say, Tamarack does not have too impressive a fire brigade. No, I have to say our new tannery must be here in Toronto, Mr. Sturgis.
I would have to think it over.
Of course.
It's an awfully great step to take. I can't at the moment imagine the problems that could arise, the questions.
I understand. And you will understand that I'm more and more eager to keep my interests right out under the window box where I can see them.
You've taken up so much of your time as it is.
Yes.
I imagine the 2 weeks should be time enough.
For what, sir?
To get back to me.
Oh, plenty thanks. Thank you, sir, and thank you again. Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Thank you very much.
Oh, one last thing, sir.
Yeah?
If you don't mind. It's about your catalog paper. Isn't it a bit too...
Slippery? I've had that complaint. It's not very suitable, is it?
No, sir. Good day, sir.
Hey, detective. Get all you have to do.
You have to accept the offer, James.
I don't have to accept anything. I told the man I would decide, and I will.
He's not a man to be kept waiting. It's a golden offer. Won't come again in your lifetime. You must do it.
Oh, must I? Well, perhaps I think that Tamarack is where the Sturgises belong, and in our own small way, we've as much pride of belonging as he does to Toronto.
Yes. But what do we belong to?
Don't you dare take that tone with me. You ought to be ashamed.
Of what? To say there's a world outside of Tamarack? That there's more life in us than we'll ever get a chance to use up in Tamarack?
Stop it. People will hear you.
Possibly.
Tamarack is rare. Yes, with what's been poured into it, it's really damn near sanctified, and I, for one, am deeply proud.
Well, you should be.
You see? Done well, haven't I?
Never said you haven't. It's what you could do that I'm interested in. You know my feelings about Tamarack, for heaven's sake, and what it's meant to us. But to stop there now would be wrong.
For God's sake, I've done all is required of me. I know it in my heart.
Well, all I know is I gotta know what's going on around me. I do not intend to pass on with all this unspent life jammed up in my veins for some unlettered fool to pound with his shovel down there in our royal boneyard. Do you hear me, James?
You worry me, you know.
Don't worry about me.
No, I get the feeling that you still don't know where you belong, and that's not fair to others. No, I have a very hard time understanding you, Edgar. You should have moved out enough by now.
I barely got to my feet. James, do it.
Your own good wife and father and brother are all buried here. I don't see how you could even think of leaving them. And don't even look me in the face when you're speaking such tripe, such irresponsibility coming from you.
Well, I think not. I think it's a very responsible act. After all, I'm supposed to be a leader of considerable weight.
You speak of leading and leaving with the same breath.
But what are we going to do if we stay here?
We'll manage. We always have.
Oh, I'm confused. Totally confused.
Hello.
Hello?
Edgar.
Huh?
You look mad enough to hit me.
I don't want to hit anyone.
You sure?
Why would I?
Because I said what I said at your place the other day. I spoke up. I don't know why.
Well, that's all right, Harry. You speak up whenever you get the feeling.
Well, I probably won't for another 100 years or so. Is it true, Edgar?
Is what true?
That your brother's moving the tannery out of town?
There's a strong likelihood. What would you say to that?
I'd say it's the end of Hall's transportation.
Yeah. That'd be too bad, of course. Oh, but come on now, Harry Hall. I happen to know that in the past year, God knows how many years and how many horses later, you've managed to stack away a sizable poke. Where do you keep it? I'd like to know.
In the hat band.
Yes, I'm sure. And where else?
I knew your father, you know. I did.
Yes, I know. You played cards together.
Once a week. He was a fine young man. We all were. Fine young men.
Jonathan, I'm back. Your mother's back.
Hello.
Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Mother. Please say hello, Mother.
Hello, Mother.
It's probably down here. It wouldn't surprise me. You're early. Children, come here, children.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, Jane, thank you. And you, Clemmy, are you glad to see me as well?
Yes, Mother.
You don't have to be afraid. I'm not sick anymore. It's gone away. It won't come back. You don't have to worry anymore. May I stay here a while before going to the other house?
Why? What nonsense. You are going to stay here as long as you care to. Now, children, take the bags upstairs, please. There you are. Don't open these up here, Mother. Time, put that frightened bed off for me, will you, children?
I know I said the tannery comes first, but not if it's stuck way to hell and gone out where God can't find it.
It's Toronto. And don't get so agitated. I've never seen you like this before.
Well, with all due respect, sir, I never had the need until now. I never had the food taken out of my mouth before. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't be impossible. Do you think I'd leave you here? You'd be the first one I'd take.
No, sir, I wouldn't go, and that's it. And I'm sure I speak for many, that's it.
You would go, Sam?
I would not. No, sir, not if your Mr. Timothy Eaton himself came along here and dragged me off to Toronto on a golden rope. I know where I belong, and I'm surprised. I'm sorry, sir. I have to say it's surprised. That's the only word for it. Surprised at you, Mr. Sturgis. Well, that's all I got to say.
All right, Sam.
And I said it.
Well, we're back. This time with what might amount to an answer, for a while at least.
And what might that be?
We've come up with an amazing amount of local support. Financial as well, I'm proud to say.
And who's going to support the supporters when this group is dried up?
Oh, we have a very good understanding between the farmer and the businessman to tide us over.
To tide us over? Is that your idea of how to live, Lester?
Well, until the tannery gets back to normal.
Don't you know that normal isn't normal anymore? Didn't anybody tell you that? We've lived high on the hog from the factory, and in the meantime, the industrial world's gone mad. Now, what can the tannery do for us now? Either of you? No? Well, I'll tell you. It might as well be built on quicksand. We've slowed down so much. By the time we get our footing back in the marketplace, we'd be old men. We can't afford to stay. Whereas the other way, we'd not only save its life, but we'd be attached to one of the most powerful names in the country, a guaranteed future.
But the town, James, the town.
I've been told I can take most of the tannery people.
But it'll never be the same. And they'll never be the same again. Every stick, every nail and plank has their print on it. Your own father, James.
Don't you think I know that? I have no choice. If the tannery is to survive, we'll have to move.
Then I'm sorry, James.
I know. Can't be helped. And thank you for trying. Hello, Charles. Edgar! Edgar!
In here.
Edgar! I'm not going to do it. I can't. And I won't. Now, you can think I'm cowardly or anything that comes to mind, but I'm not Billy damn well going to do it. Perhaps you can, but why should I? And don't tell me how well off I'd be. I don't want to hear it. And don't tell me how nice it is out in that great big world. I don't want to hear that either. Now, you can think I'm stupid. Timothy Eaton can think I'm stupid. And all of Toronto can think I'm stupid. But here is where I was born. Here is where I live. And here is where they're going to bury me. And that won't be till I put this town back into order. Besides, Toronto may have use of me, but I've no use for Toronto. I'm not going. Not now. Not ever. So, not another word about it.
Well, I think that's just fine, James.
You do?
I do. Yes.
You don't think it's a bit too conservative?
So you're here, and I'm here. We're both here.
Yes. You're here now. Tomorrow, God knows where you'll be.
No. I'm here. Am now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. I'm here.
Now, is there any need for that?
Just trying to convince you, James. Just like you, I'm not moving anywhere. You see this box I'm sitting on? I'm building arms onto this. Yes, sir. Then all I need is a change of socks, barrel of toddy, sack of spuds, quarter of a cow, and a good sharp carving knife, and I'm here to stay. I'm here. It's guaranteed. No doubt about it. I'm here. Same old Edgar. Same old fool. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Are you sick in the head?
No.
Didn't you say you weren't going to order any more of that stuff?
I wasn't. I changed my mind. I thought I'd need it.
Don't do anything rash.
Don't worry, James. I've forgotten how.
Mother. Edgar? Edgar?
Oh. Didn't hear you creeping up. Whew. Well, there's half the window taken care of.
It's a lot.
Huh? Yeah. I guess you could say it's a lot. I better get the other half window taken care of.
Don't.
What?
Not yet.
You all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Are you all right? That's what I want to know.
Never better. Slept like a dead man.
You didn't sound like one.
Oh, sorry. Well, here, I'll brush out this nice, clean chopping block, and you can sit down. And I'll get another one. There.
Could you please put that thing away for a minute?
This?
Yes.
And if it turns cold partway through the winter, you'll blame me.
I will not.
Well, I was only saying it. I know you wouldn't blame me.
Of course I wouldn't. I'm not cruel, you know.
I know that.
Well, in case you didn't know, I came out here to say something that I thought might make you happy.
Am I unhappy?
It's hard to tell with you. But I do know one thing. Before long, you're going to have chopped down every house and tree in Tamarack, and if someone doesn't stop you, and you're going to be a frothing maniac in the bargain. Not to mention what you're doing to those around you.
I'm peaceful enough, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
Huh? What were you going to say?
Would you mind sitting, please? The sun is in my eyes.
Certainly. I can sit. See? Easy as anyone.
Thank you. We'll go to Kingston.
What was that, miss?
I think I said it clearly enough.
You're only saying it.
No, I am not only saying it. I only needed time to think about it. Yes, I did want this place, but I thought I did, but there are things about it that are good and bad for me.
Not sure I can believe that.
Well, it's true. I mean, I came here as a brainless pots and pans girl, and she gets in my way a bit.
Yeah.
Would you please let me finish? Also, our baby died here. I can hardly go into a room now without...
Well, that didn't bother you before. You were perfectly joyous. It was when Clara arrived.
There's also Willie Sutcliffe. I met him here, if you remember.
I do indeed.
Just too many things around corners, Edgar. My darling man. My good man. Too many. Listen. Now, our children, I think they should have a place all their own. A place that they can remember, and over there in, where'd you say it was?
Kingston.
Ah, yes, Kingston. Anyway, the home I always wanted is in you.
I wonder if anyone heard that. Did anyone hear that? Did you hear the woman? I hope
What?
that you like it over there. They say...
I don't care what they say. I'm going to make up my own mind about it. And I'm warning you right now, if I don't like it after a year, I might just very well have something to say about it.
Thank you. I'll expect it. Still, to ask you to give up all of this?
I never really had it. It's theirs. No doubt about it.
There. Jonathan will wash the eggs.
And you can make the toast?
I'll make the toast. Who's going to get the eggs? Then who's going to set the table? Me.
Fresh tea.
Gypsy.
Yes. Sorry to do this to you, Mother.
And why do you do it?
Because I have to. It's natural for me, that's all I can say.
If you knew how distressing it is to me to know that you'll never be stable, never secure.
Well, who says I'm not stable?
I do.
Because I'm going to Kingston?
Don't you do that to me. I won't stand for it. Not now, Edgar.
Sorry.
Sorry. But you're still going. Why, Edgar?
Why? Don't you know why? You of all people?
Don't try to make me understand something like this.
But you shouldn't have to try.
If you're going to tell me once more that you and I think the same way, I'll strike you in the face.
Well, then, strike away. Because I would have been fine if it hadn't been for your side of the family. It was that precious drop of blood, Lizzie dear, that decided my fate. That daring, fresh air-loving, adventurous pack of mad men and women called the Curries of Prince Edward County that has kept me dancing on the open fire. Long after you've forgotten their faces and called their names And forgotten how you used to kick up your heels along with them? And then when young Elizabeth made her way southward and straightened herself up for Martin, Wellington, Sturgis, she stowed all of that away, didn't she? Every sign of what she used to be, out of respect for Martin's wishes. But don't you forget, I've seen her, that girl.
But will I see you again?
Oh, of course you will, and there'll be grandsons. One just like me, perhaps. How would you like that?
Maybe I'll do better with him.
Thank you, Clement. Thank you very much. I'll just take a moment here. Thank you. Now, Jonathan, now.
Come here, John. Stand over here.
Well, before much more time goes by and it's into the new year, many things, events and accomplishments, setbacks have taken place in the last little while that have frightened us, some of them, and delighted us. It's a delight, of course, to have Clara back with us with roses in her cheeks. The children are growing, just as we'll grow again. The town, I mean. Someone said during the trouble, we'll have to find a way. Well, in my humble opinion, we never had to find it. We've always known the way, and God is on our side. It's perhaps not been a complete success because Edgar, Sheila, will be elsewhere, raising their own family in their own way of life. But we'll be thinking of them in our prayers. Things change, no doubt about that. You look away, it's another year. Everything looks a little different. I'd thought during those times at its lowest point, it's gone, and we'll never get it back, but we did, because the good God saw fit that we should have it back. We've survived.
Is it midnight yet?
Almost.
Keep going, James.
I've finished.
Oh, well, yes.
Very nice. Lovely.
Good man. Well, a toast.
James, you were right. We came through it, and it was good. And now to the future. Tomorrow's not a bad place to be. It's as bright up there as it's ever going to get. It's the future. Well, I hope we're all in good voice.
Oh, yes.
There, Jonathan.
Yes, already.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? Old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.
yesterday I see. Soft downy summer times for me to cling to. I'll journey to our garden if I may, where friends with loving ways will be for me to sing to. But if they are not the same as I've known them, still I would have all that I would need. Come tell of days so fine and oh so fair, once more to love again and all forgiving, of one with shining eyes and tender years, whom I'll be holding to my heart and never leaving.